Welcome to the news updates on Africa 24 Hours TV. I am Amos Zege. U.S. President Donald Trump on Thursday celebrated what he called a breakthrough peace effort as the leaders of Rwanda and the Democratic Republic of Congo signed an agreement aimed at ending decades of conflict in East Congo. Speaking at a televised ceremony in Washington, Trump praised Rwanda's Paul Kagame and Congo's Felix Tshisekedi for settling a war that has been going on for decades, calling both leaders great men committed to building a better future for their people. The event offered Trump another opportunity to cast himself as a major global deal maker. The optimism in Washington contrasted sharply with reports of fresh fighting in South Kivu between the Congolese army and Rwanda-backed M23 rebels, groups that were not part of the negotiation and are not bound by the new agreement. M23 is participating in a separate Qatar-mediated talks with Kinshasa. Still, Kagame and Tshisekedi expressed hope that the accord could mark a turning point for a region long overshadowed by conflict. Tshisekedi echoed the sentiment, calling the day the beginning of a new path, difficult, demanding that one where peace becomes more than just an aspiration. Analysts, however, caution that the deal is unlikely to bring immediate peace or ease the humanitarian crisis in eastern Congo. The agreement, touted by the White House as historic, builds on months of diplomatic efforts by the U.S., the African Union, and Qatar, finalizing an earlier framework signed in June. It also aligns with an existing regional economic integration framework that will guide future economic cooperation between Rwanda, Congo, and the U.S. Trump additionally announced a new bilateral agreement granting Washington greater access to critical minerals in Congo and Rwanda. These, he said, will stimulate economic growth for all three nations. The White House phrased the pact as the start of a new road towards stability in the Great Lakes region, even as conflicts on the ground continues to test that hope.
No one was asking President Trump to take up this task. Our region is far from the headlines. But when the President saw the opportunity to contribute to peace, he immediately took it. This conflict has lasted for 30 years. We have seen countless mediations and efforts, but none has succeeded in resolving the underlying issues. President Trump introduced a new and effective dynamism.
I do believe this day is the new beginning of a new path, a demanding path. Yes, indeed, quite difficult, but this is a path where peace will not just be a wish, inspiration, but a turning point. The Democratic Republic of Congo will fully play its part with dignity, with consciousness and consistency, and with the support of our partners. And we remain watchful, vigilant, but not pessimistic. We'll be clear-eyed, but resolutely optimistic.
They've spent a lot of time killing each other, and now they're going to spend a lot of time hugging, holding hands, and taking advantage of the United States of America economically like every other country does. So they're going to do very well, but they do have some very valuable things. They're going to have a lot of money and a lot of success, and I think they're going to get along really well, so I hope so. Thank you very much. Look at them. Look at the way they love each other.
The United States and Kenya on Thursday signed a $2.5 billion America First Health Agreement, the first in a series of new deals under the Trump administration foreign aid restructure. The pact requires poorer nations to take a bigger role in tackling HIV and AIDS, malaria, tuberculosis, and polio. U.S. Secretary of State Marco Rubio said the new model focuses on true partnership and long-term self-sustainability, replacing several other programs once managed by the now-disbanded USAID. Under the deal, U.S. health funding will shift from NGOs to the Kenyan government, which would gradually take charge of health workers currently supported by U.S. money. Kenya also committed to increasing its health budget by $850 million over 5 years. President William Ruto said the agreement strengthens Kenya's plan for universal health coverage through better equipment, reliable medical supplies, and an expanded health workforce.
The framework we signed today adds momentum to my administration's universal health coverage that is focused on supply of modern equipment to our hospitals, efficient and timely delivery of health commodities to our facilities, enhancement of our health workforce, and health insurance for all, leaving no Kenyan behind.
U.S. officials say more African countries will sign similar agreements soon, though Nigeria and South Africa are expected to hold back due to political disagreements with Washington. The removal of USAID has drawn criticism from global health groups who want that many development and anti-HIV programs have already lost funding.
And what it means is that money is not just going to be spent to provide medicine and care, it's going to be spent to improve the domestic infrastructure, healthcare infrastructure, so that in 5 or 6 or 7 or 8 years, countries will say, we no longer need this much assistance, if any, because we have our own system, you've helped us to build it, it's now delivering results, and in fact, we now, these third, like maybe Kenya, want to go and teach other countries how to do it.
To stay connected to Africa 24 Hours TV, subscribe to our YouTube channel at Africa 24 Hours TV, and also to get breaking story and news, log on to our website at www.africa24hours.com. And also, follow us on all our social media handles below your screen. Thank you for watching. I am Amos Zege.